On Q2, a unique idea with a focus on health.
You know, this would be an opportunity for more lives to be saved and, people to have access to that.
Hardin introduces a new type of vending machine aimed at saving lives. Plus, the search intensifies in Montana for a missing Wyoming woman. We'll have the latest from the ground and the air. And addressing the nation.
He will talk about not only the work, the extraordinary work that he has accomplished, but about his work in the next 6 months.
President Biden preparing to speak from the Oval Office for the first time since dropping his re-election bid. The MTN 430 News starts right now. Good everyone, and thanks for joining us Wednesday. I'm Russ Riesinger. Access to life-saving medicine is crucial in rural Montana, especially at a time when fentanyl-related overdoses in our state have risen to historic levels. But now a new tool in its simplest form could help save more lives. Our Andrea Lutz has more on Hardin's Narcan vending machine and the difference it could make.
Here in Hardin, a revolutionary yet simple idea and a first of its kind on this side of the state. Health officials are introducing life-saving products in the form of a box accessible with the press of a button, with the use of a Narcan vending machine.
Here in Hardin.
It's hard to reach out for help and stuff,
Access to things we need most.
I really need this, but I don't know where to get it.
Is sometimes hard to come by, but one simple idea could change that.
B5.
Every week you'll find Goldstein Little Eagle here at the Hope Center in Hardin restocking this, a vending machine filled with the essentials.
Stuff like socks and toothbrushes, toothpaste, and hygiene kits.
But also inside a revolutionary idea, Narcan.
Getting out the naloxone out there to our communities for those that need it, and importantly, those that don't know about it need to know about it.
Fentanyl overdoses killed a whopping 80 people statewide last year. Goldstein says this is the only Narcan vending machine in the eastern side of the state. A pilot project, he says, is quite successful in taking the stigma away from the use of drugs.
People that have an accidental overdose could be elderly, children, not knowing what their doses are with prescriptions.
Those at the Hope Center say as many as 30 people walk in daily looking for a path to recovery. But with the simple press of a button, this still provides help, even if some aren't ready to ask for it.
They can save lives. A lot of people, I suppose, they lead a private life. They don't want nobody knowing what's going on or what they're doing if they're dealing with substance use.
It's a feeling Bradley Chandler knows well.
Just knowing that these guys, care, they're here to help any situation that you have.
Because out here in Hardin, when access to help might seem so far away, it's now so much easier to get.
This would be an opportunity for more lives to be saved and, people to have access to that.
In Hardin, Andrea Lutz, MTN News.
Search operations have expanded today in southern Carbon County for a missing 20-year-old Wyoming woman. This after she was spotted walking along a highway yesterday morning. Leanna Weld was last seen at her home in Lovell on July 20th around 9 p.m. And the Bighorn County, Wyoming Sheriff's Office reported her missing 2 days later. Then just yesterday, the Carbon County Sheriff's Office stated Weld was seen on Highway 310 near Warren around 8 a.m. Law enforcement did locate foot tracks in that area, believed to be hers. She was walking off-road in a north to northeast direction. Today, officers from Bighorn and Carbon counties, along with search crews and a Montana Air National Guard helicopter, joined in the search. Well described as 5 feet tall with a slim build, brown hair, and hazel eyes. She was last seen wearing a black shirt, khaki pants with a small black backpack. Anyone with information is asked to call 911 or one of those 2 sheriff's offices.
Even by early afternoon, we were already up into the 100-degree readings, and temperatures are still edging up. We've got more heat in store for us tomorrow. We'll take a look at potential record setters, and we'll see more fires possible as well, as shower and thunderstorm activity could produce lightning and but also get some rain out of some of those storms. We'll show you the timing, plus some ups and downs in the forecast. Temperatures will ease up a bit, but more heat in store. 7-day forecast coming up.
Northwestern Energy is warning they may have to perform a public safety power shutoff in some areas of the state. The potential outage is due to the extremely high heat and rising fire danger. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian has details.
Northwestern Energy leaders say there's been a paradigm shift in the way electrical utilities across the West are looking at reducing the risk of wildfire, and a public safety power shutoff could be part of that. But they want to make clear it's a tool they're only going to be considering during the most severe conditions.
It's the last defense of many other strategies that we employ prior to a power shutoff.
Jason Merkel, Northwestern's vice president of distribution, says the idea of turning off power to defend against wildfires isn't new, but they're formalizing it to give employees and the public a better understanding. If forecasts call for dangerous fire weather, high temperatures, low humidity, and especially heavy winds, Northwestern would begin by announcing days ahead that it's monitoring the situation, as it did in this case. Once a decision is made to shut off power, they'll let customers know by phone or email. Power lines have been linked to disastrous fires in places like California and Hawaii in recent years, and Northwestern has said a high wind event affecting one of their lines was apparently what led to the 2021 West Wind fire that devastated the town of Denton, Montana.
We're very focused on preventing that ignition. That's not to say we're going to prevent all ignitions. We want to prevent that ignition that under the right weather conditions could end in one of those tragic events.
Northwestern says a shutoff would be focused on specific areas, particularly on the outskirts of communities. The company has already sent out letters to about 30,000 customers who they believe are in areas of higher risk. One of the customers who received that notification was Sean Logan, a Helena City Commissioner and retired Helena Fire Chief.
To me, it seems just a natural thing that Northwestern Energy would come up with a policy like this.
He says this is an important reminder for the public to think about what they'll need to do in an emergency situation.
It's a good wake-up call, certainly, to understand that you should be well prepared well ahead of the season.
Merkel says Northwestern is taking many other steps to address fire risk, from changing when they do their work, to adjusting their equipment, to installing automated cameras to alert for smoke. Northwestern says one important thing that customers can do is make sure that their email and phone number are updated, so if there is an emergency situation, the utility can get hold of you. In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
President Biden is set to deliver a primetime address tonight from the Oval Office about his decision not to seek re-election. The remarks come as Vice President Kamala Harris continues to make the case for her own presidential bid at an event in Indiana, as her rival, former President Donald Trump, holds his own rally in North Carolina. Skylar Henry reports.
Why did you drop out of the election?
President Biden is preparing to address the nation tonight and explain why, after months of insisting he's running for president, he changed his mind Sunday.
He will talk about not only the work, the extraordinary work that he has accomplished, but about his work in the next 6 months.
The decision opened the door for Vice President Kamala Harris to become the likely Democratic nominee. She campaigned in Indianapolis Wednesday, addressing Zeta Phi Beta, a historically black sorority.
With your support, I am fighting for our nation's future.
Some Republicans have slammed Harris, claiming she is only on the ticket because of diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI.
I think she was a DEI hire, and I think that that's what we're seeing.
I agree with what the President of the United States, President Biden, said about it. He actually said that it was DEI.
President Biden did say during the 2020 campaign that he would like an African-American woman to be his running mate, but he never called her a DEI pick. Now, some Democratic lawmakers say they're offended by the use of the term.
We all recognize what people mean when they say DEI now, right? And it has become a safe way of basically using a racial slur against black folks, not just black folks, but particularly black folks.
Former President Donald Trump says Biden picked Harris in 2020 despite her playing the race card against him.
There's nobody nastier than her. She played the race card at a level that you rarely see. And she really was very nasty to him, and then he picked her, so I don't get that exactly.
Trump is campaigning in the battleground state of North Carolina Wednesday evening. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And President Biden's address to the nation will be aired live right here on Q2. You can watch it beginning tonight at 6 p.m. Tech billionaire Elon Musk is pushing back on reports of large donations to former President Donald Trump. In an interview yesterday, Musk denied reports of a massive $45 million monthly sum to Trump's super PAC, but instead says he is planning to donate at a much lower level. This after he said he would not donate to any presidential candidate back in March. Musk fully endorsed former President Trump after the attempted assassination earlier this month. Construction is underway on the new multi-purpose room for special education students at Senior High. That space will be used to help students refine skills such as cooking, cleaning, sewing, and more. And as our Charlie Kleps reports, it's taken a lot of hard work and hours to get to this point, the result of one former student's senior project.
Positively Montana is sponsored by Yellowstone Valley Electric Cooperative.
It might look like a work in progress now, but by the start of next school year, this room will be transformed into a multi-purpose room for special education students. It all started with a senior high student's plan to give back to his community, and now his vision is becoming a reality. Dimitri Solieris can see the future.
We'll have a kitchen, we'll have other utilities.
By next school year, these piles of debris will be cleaned up, and the senior high classroom will become a haven.
It's going to be a full functioning kitchen, a huge space for our students to learn and grow.
A space that provides special needs students the opportunity to refine important skills like cooking, cleaning, sewing, and more.
I feel like this is going to set the bar for our classrooms throughout the district. We have a lot of students that qualify for special education, and again, just trying to provide the best service that we possibly can.
But even more impressive than the project itself is perhaps its originator.
We just kept on collecting, kept on funding, and we were able to get up to $45,000. So.
After seeing the need while walking around the halls, Solieris started Limitless Kids, a nonprofit dedicated to helping special needs people in Yellowstone County. This room was his first project.
$20,000 was kind of just thinking like, okay, let's see how this is going to go.
The original goal was to raise $20,000. On Wednesday, Solieris handed the district a check for $45,000.
It's exciting to see such a young individual take on that role and find a way to provide that opportunity for our kids.
A huge feat for Solieris, who says he's already looking forward to what his nonprofit can help with next.
This is not the end. We're Limitless Kids Montana, and we're looking for the next step, the next big thing.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
The U.S. Postal Service has released the Alex Trebek Jeopardy stamp. It's the latest honor to celebrate the life and legacy of the beloved game show host. The new stamps are available in a set of 20 resembling a Jeopardy video game board. The ceremony to reveal the stamp was held on what would have been Trebek's 84th birthday. This year marks the 60th anniversary of when Jeopardy first began on TV, with Trebek being the host for more than half of that time. He died of cancer in 2020.